What is up, horror fans?
Oh.
We're back.
What's up?
But this time we're at Pasadena Convention Center for Midsummer Scream's Awaken the Spirits.
Awaken the Spirits.
And we're so happy to be back because the haunt season has officially started. So you're going to see some panels, you're going to be seeing some interviews. But before all of that,
Make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for some more spooky content.
Why don't you join us on this extraordinary adventure?
TLEV Media, bringing the magic of the theme parks to your home.
From vlogs to interviews, TLEV Media is entertainment for all.
We did it. We did it. How was
Oh
it?
my gosh, it was so happy. That threw me in to see Pandora like that. I did not expect to see her already.
It's good to see it. The neon lights are back, baby.
Lights, beautiful. Talking about Welcome to
The
Hades.
music.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So ready. What do we think of Hall C?
It's pretty good. It's small, but it's like packed with a lot of cool vendors and Horror Nights.
Horror Nights.
Horror Nights. That was unexpected. We didn't get any.
The entire Horror
notice
Nights
about
is in Hall C.
All of Horror Nights, yeah. So that was pretty cool to see that. Got me a little excited. I'm ready, yeah.
But now we should probably head into the big one.
The big one. Let's see what's available at the big one.
Let's go.
The big one.
We're being vlogged. Hi, vlog.
Now we're here for the first panel of the day, and of course that is the arts, the ideas behind Horror Nights. And now we're gonna try to find us a good spot, and then we're gonna go, and we'll show you the whole panel. So make sure you check that out. It's gonna be on the TLEV Horror. So check out that whole horror panel on that channel. But we'll put some snippets right here.
Call our core team, and our core team kind of ebbs and flows every year. It just kind of depends on quantity, who's working, whose availability, who's out there. But our core team consists of the lights that you see on the screen. Looking at the design flow right now, obviously it starts at the top with a chosen, whenever they choose a property, and then they figured out where on the universal property location-wise the maze is going to go. I absolutely adore the sketches and the design elements that Chris puts together for us. Again, be passionate about what you do. Thank you to the USC TEA for hosting us today and Midsummer Scream. We were super excited to be able to kick off the event for you today, and make sure to check out our Universal Studios booth out on the floor. Don't miss that. And then network. It's about networking. So network.
So what'd you think of that panel?
Great panel back for any kind of convention.
Yeah,
too.
great
It was
start,
great
right?
start.
Yeah.
There was a lot of lessons to this panel actually that make connections, networking.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. You might not even start where, like you'll start in a whole different, job area, and then you'll end up somewhere else. And also to love your job. And that was something that Jamie was saying a lot, was to love your job.
Yeah.
So, I think that was really awesome to see. Especially we got to see Universal monsters behind the scenes and all that.
That was the best part.
Being able to see the step-by-step of each thing that you go through, and that they're also implementing like the COVID guidelines and taking that into consideration. But other than that, it was amazing and great first panel, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Now taking a break between panels for some rad coffee.
You know I love it. You know I talk about it. I already have my cup. I have everything.
You do.
You know I love red coffee.
We love aesthetic coffee shop.
And we're gonna go for like something new. For sure.
There's a monster! There's a monster behind you!
If you guys don't know already, this is Forrest right here.
They
an
know
icon.
He's in the front of, he's at the beginning of every single one of our videos. Y'all know.
The real star.
The real
star right at the beginning.
I don't want to throw that. Y'all started something great. I just latched on like a leech. Oops. Oops.
I have a feeling we're all going to be bouncing.
So, we didn't record trying our drinks, but I have the Dracula. Very delicious. I supplemented cold brew for the milk. Missy, what do you have?
I have the matcha bones brew float.
How is it? How about you, Mystery?
Of the Great White. And this is a lot of coffee in here, and it's almost gone. Because
4 shots of espresso.
It's a big day, so I need that energy.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go try and figure out some stuff before the LA Haunted Hayride presentation. So we'll get back to you when we start that presentation.
See details behind a delusion, and then halfway through we'll kind of switch gears and talk about some of the inspiration behind the LA Haunted Hayride the past couple of seasons, but most importantly, we're going to talk a little bit about what people can expect to experience this season for the LA Haunted Hayride. Is that okay? All right. Midnight Falls is strange because it's always trapped in 1985. It's always celebrating its 13th annual Halloween festival. And it's always Halloween night. And so when guests arrive to the event, they walk right into the middle of the Midnight Falls Town Square and into this fall festival. This is MFAM Radio, and I'm your host, Jack Vincent, wishing you a happy Halloween. Preparations are well underway as everyone here at Midnight Falls is gearing up for the spirit of Halloween to take hold of our beloved fall festival once again. It's time to get those pumpkins carved, shine the tombstones, and dust off those costumes because we're ready to celebrate the most sinister night of the year. And when the sun sets on Midnight Falls, you never know who or what is waiting in the dark for you.
Okay, so lots to talk about. Where do we start? Why don't we talk about LA Haunted Hayride and Delusion? So 13th floor. So Delusion announced Reaper's Revenge. Their very interactive show.
That I had no clue about for
Delusion?
quite some time, yeah.
And I mean, the tickets are almost sold out. Probably by the time this video goes up, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah, exactly.
Amazing. It looked like a fantastic experience. So definitely go check that out. If you grab a ticket now, so if it's available.
Yeah,
if not,
if there's still stuff,
let us know when you do go expansive. It was great to see John Cook, it was great to see Ted Doherty, it was great to see just all the creative teams behind the different experiences.
It's Mayor, and we have a new mayor at Midnight Falls this season. The one, the only, the late, the great, Monty Revolta.
Cemetery that the punk vampires have taken over and are throwing their big Halloween party out there.
I love it. Okay, next up is the return of a fan favorite, Trick or Treat. Okay, next up is the debut, brand new for 2021, the Dead End Diner. All right, so this is another local business of Midnight Falls, but I think with this, people are going to be kind of exploring maybe some of the dark back alleys. Yeah, the back alleys behind the businesses of Midnight Falls. So talk about the Dead End Diner.
So this all kind of started as we wanted to create an old, how to politely say this, but crappy rest stop that we pull up to when you're traveling across the country. So it's this old like trucker rest stop with the cornerstone of it being this diner. So as you get into the diner and you see they're obviously eating human for dinner, it then takes you on a path of how that food made its way to the table. So you're going backwards through the establishment, back into the kitchens, and then out to where they're slaughtering their dinners. But one thing we want to do with this to make it different and fun, and it's in the name Dead End, is there's actual dead ends throughout the maze where the actors can trap you back there.
Next guest is fresh off the plane from Ireland. It's his first time back to Los Angeles since 2019. Please welcome to the stage the one, the only, John Murdy.
Well, I'm John Murdy. I am the creative director, executive producer of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood.
There's a lot of new things coming to it, and it's very exciting that they're still changing the story, like the environment.
Constantly growing.
It's constantly growing. Like that was LA Haunted Hayride's problem in the past, was it was
kind of like
the same
stifling, yeah.
part. But here they're changing it still, which is very exciting.
With The Bride of Frankenstein Lives.
Yeah.
And I am very, very proud to say that once again our good friend Slash is doing an all-new original score for this maze. So we wanted to kind of combine that idea of a book, and what you're looking at, this is the actual facade for the maze. We created a giant old Victorian book that's open to the title page, and the reason it's a little bit off-center on the side where you see the black and white images is because the door is in the middle. I'll back up for a second. I mentioned The Bride Speaks. So in her voice, we hear her out front as you're waiting to go inside. She says, "My story begins where his story ended, but monsters never truly die." The smoldering castle away in the distance, but you see something else in the foreground. You see three figures.
Yeah.
And then the bride in the scene, she goes through 4 different costume iterations and some makeup iterations throughout the course of this maze, because we're telling this story of her adventure from going from the beginning, or I should say the end of Bride of Frankenstein, to her assuming the role as doctor at the end of the maze. She realizes that she needs to harvest the blood of these vampires in order to bring the monster back to life. So there's a lot of killing that takes place at this point. And this is where it gets dark, because she's still a monster. As much as we're celebrating and saying we're empowering this character for the first time, she's a monster. Monsters do bad stuff. But wait, there's more. We get to the end of the maze. This maze exits on French Street. It just seemed natural to do a scare zone, kind of related to this whole thing. So we're doing Universal Monsters, Midsummer Scream Queens. All right. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that this is coming back.
Now, let's talk about HHN.
We got an announcement. We got 2 announcements basically.
Yeah.
We got the Scare Zone.
Yeah.
Scare Zone after Bride of Frankenstein. And then we
Silver
also...
Scream.
Silver Scream. That's going to be awesome. Again, all those clips are in here. And if you want to watch the full panel, you can go to that TLEV Horror. But also we got Terror Tramp. The Terror Tramp.
Let's talk a little bit about now The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, and Slash. This is his 4th maze with you, and you as a musician yourself.
Yeah.
What is it about rock and roll and horror that just goes so well together?
I mean, I had 2 great loves in life. I had loved rock and roll and I loved horror.
And that ends it for day 1 of Midsummer Screams. Awaken this year. All right, so it's day 2. We're all here for Fright Fest?
I'm here for Awaken the Spirits.
You're here for Awaken the Spirits, not Fright Fest? Okay.
We're all here for Fright Fest.
Let's see what the announcement's about.
With me. Oh. Come on out, guys. Pull that one to say hi. Yes. Obviously, you guys see the little one crawling back here. That's Innocent. Say hi to Innocent.
Mr. Ramp and Mr. Wing, they come and they say, okay, this is what we're looking at, this is the direction that we would like to go, but they give us so much creative freedom that it's just super enjoyable to work with them throughout this entire season. So I do Innocence makeup.
We always want to up the fright, right? We want to make it bigger, better. We are the thrill capital of the world. We want to go big. Exactly. I heard that. So new for 2021, we have some exciting news to share. The dead.
Obviously, we are so excited. This will be one of our largest scare zones we've ever done. It's going to be in the underground, the new area. And it's going to be such a unique area, utilizing LED lighting, new makeup, amazing costume by Michelle and our costume team. Every single character is unique, different, and just so much layers and details that go into them. So it's going to be a wow zone, definitely.
Welcome back. Woo! Now, we were going around minding our own business, and then all of a sudden you heard a voice, right?
I heard a voice. It was
Right.
kind of, I thought it was in my head for a second, but then
Voice
I
we
saw
know, right?
a voice,
we
but
love.
there was a
Voice we love,
there was
yes.
a body to the voice.
Now here's the thing, I have a couple
Whoa,
questions.
whoa,
That,
whoa.
wait,
There it is
wait a
again.
minute, the voice in your head sounds like my voice?
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ DANNA.
Hello!
Guys, this is the man, the myth, the legend, Reggie.
The one and only.
The one and only. Now, we've had a podcast with AJ DANNA before. If you haven't checked that out, that's
We're gonna put the link right here.
Yes,
you know,
there.
tap that link.
But AJ, how have you been? How is it? How's your haunt season? Your haunt extravaganza been for Midsummer Scream Awaken the Spirits? How has it been?
This has been the weekend of a lifetime, let me tell you. The spirits were awakened, you know?
Yes.
We've all been trapped inside for a year, and finally to be able to go out safely and gather with everyone, it's really been a great experience.
A lot
Yeah,
of fun.
most definitely.
Now, how were you seeing the whole Haunted Hayride panel? How did you feel about that? Were you excited that it's just they're doing it again?
Oh yeah, I love that Midnight Falls is expanding. People are going to get to see more of the town. I'm very, very excited to see what everybody's got in store this year. I'll be visiting around for sure.
I'm excited to see the future for AJ DANNA. And if you guys don't know about AJ DANNA, make sure to follow him all over social media. And then we're going to put all that in the link in the description down below with the podcast too.
With
of
the
course.
podcast footage. You know what? You guys are my favorites. I like you.
Well, thank you, AJ.
Happy Halloween.
This is Midsummer Scream? Awaken the Spirits? Oh, is that a new bar? You don't need the ringmaster? What? Well then, I'll be at the bar. take a deep dive into the bowels of the majestic queen and gain a little insight on how the creative minds were able to turn historic legends into reality and create such memorable monsters and bring them to life. So, I think we'll start.
This is your captain speaking.
Captain, what are you doing here?
Andrew, you look terrible.
It's Peggy.
I mean, Peggy, you look marvelous. Sorry, I didn't recognize you without the apple box.
Well, you should talk here in cartoon form.
Well, we didn't have the budget to fly Renee out to do my makeup, so this is all you get. I mean, 2D and 1 shade of green.
Captain, what are you doing here?
Well, I heard you say historic legends and memorable monsters, so I assume you were introducing me.
No, not everything's about you.
It's not? I hear what you're saying, but I'm having trouble grasping exactly what it means.
Okay, then I'll be a little more straightforward, Captain. I'm sorry, but we don't need your help.
I see. Well, couldn't I just stay and watch? You won't even know I'm here. I'll just drape across the top of Wally's head like a Captain Comb-Over.
I'm telling Wally you said that.
He already knows he's bald. Tonight, I'm going. I'll just go and join the ringmaster at the bar.
Oh, well, you might need a token.
Daunting and terrifying for many reasons, but also one of the most gratifying experiences I've ever had because I was immediately welcomed into the Dark Harbor family.
So they came over to the Queen Mary and said, we've got this idea, can we do it here? And the ownerships said yes. And so it was an idea that was created sort of from outside, you know, the notion of it being a Queen Mary event. And for those of you who remember those early years, you know, we had different face characters. We had Mundara in season 1, and I've got some photos coming up later. And then her sisters joined the crowd in season 2. And the team sort of got together after that second season and really decided what we needed to do to make this event really special at Queen Mary was to take advantage of that incredible ship and its history. And so in 2012, we branded our first 5 characters, the Captain, Graceful Gale, Scary Mary, Half-Hatch Henry, and Samuel the Savage. Until a couple of years in that we had another performer who started playing the Ringmaster that she and Peggy became very close friends with. And when Peggy got to a point where it's like, yeah, I want to do it, but I don't necessarily want to do the entire season, that the two of them became to share the role, you know. And the thing that was interesting is, I think people's inclinations those early years was, why can't the people who were playing the Ringmaster when Peggy's not here be more like Peggy? And the reality is nobody could be like Peggy.
Would say, you might as well stop applauding, for it will never be enough.
And that's gonna wrap it up here for our time here at Awaken the Spirits. Second day was a little bit more easygoing.
Laid back. It was laid back.
Fright Fest. What did we think of Fright Fest?
Good stuff.
They brought the scare actors out again.
Yeah, for probably what they're limited to do, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And there's a new scare zone in the underground,
Dead
which is
zone.
where
Yeah.
West Coast Racers is. So expect some construction
Shout
updates
out.
coming from there.
Shout out Cyberpunk.
Yes,
$79.99.
With the zombies,
With
yes.
Keanu
Reeves zombie.
Yeah.
And then we had the Dark Harbor, and that was really sad to watch.
Please, go save the
because
Dark.
yes,
Go save the Dark.
Go save the
Go
Dark
save
Harbor.
us, yeah.
Yes,
The Queen Mary.
go save the Queen Mary.
Sign petitions.
Don't
Sign
let
the
them
petition.
sink it.
Don't let them sink
Don't
it.
let them
It
sink
needs the repairs. It needs the love. But
Hashtag
it,
save
yes.
Queen Mary.
Hashtag right there.
Always.
Hashtag save Queen Mary. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button.
If you're new to the channel, why not consider subscribing for more videos like this one?
If you want to follow us on social media, everything is in the links in the description down below.
Thank you so much to Midsummer Scream and the team behind Awaken the Spirits for having us cover this event for a media event.
I paid for this one.
Yes. we have on both TLEV Horror and TLEV Media all the panels, right? We have here in this vlog, there were clips, but if you want to see the full thing, go over to TLEV Horror. If you want to see our interview with John Murdy, that's of course on TLEV Media on this channel that you're watching right now. All their links to their social media and the links in the description down below. Thank you to everyone that we saw today, everyone who came up to take photos with us.
Just the whole weekend in general.
Shout out Wake Experience. It was so much fun.
Yes.
Shout out everybody.
And of course, I'm Thomas.
I'm Josue.
And I'm Mr. Reed.
Thank you all so much for watching.
We'll see you guys in the next extraordinary adventure.